What's up everybody, 411 Deshaun here. In this video I'm going to be doing a review on the Samsung Intercept for Virgin Mobile. To start off this review, the Samsung Intercept has a 3-inch capacitive touchscreen display. Some people thought it was a 3.1 or even a 3.2. It's a 3-inch, just like the same size on the LG Roamer Touch. At the bottom here you have some dedicated soft buttons which are touch sensitive. You have your search, your back, your home, and your menu. Down here are some hardware buttons. You get your call send, your call in, which actually turns on the phone, and your optical trackpad, which I don't find myself using that much. I often think that it's a button to wake up the phone, but it's not. You gotta use the end button. On the back, you have a 3.2 megapixel camera with the vanity mirror. Unfortunately, there's no LED flash. Got your Samsung logo, your Google, and your speaker grill. The speaker on here is nice, clear, and it's produced sounds pretty good. On the right side, you got a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Sorry, I zoned out there. Then right there, that little hole is for a lanyard strap. And then you got your two-way camera button. Because the camera has an autofocus, that's why it's two-way, so you can push the camera button and it'll focus. And then you can hold it in for it to take the actual picture. I'll get into that later. On the left side, you have your volume rockers, then a micro SD card slot. It can support up to 32 gigabytes. It ships with a 2 gig, just like all other Android phones do. At the bottom, you got a mic for your mic pickup for when talking your text messages or doing the Google voice search. And then if you turn the phone on its left side and you slide it up, it reveals a 4-row full QWERTY keyboard with a dedicated number key, a D-pad, and a menu button. Now this keyboard may take some getting used to since the space bar is in between the V and the B, but I found it no problem to get used to. I was typing messages at a breeze, and I really don't see anything wrong with it. On the back it has this nice little matte finish. It's nice and gray, with the silver edges around the back, and then the front is black itself. And then if you take off the battery back, it reveals a 1500 milliamp hour battery. To take it off, it's gotta just pry it off. Not really, but it has a 1500 milliamp hour battery. Battery life on here is pretty good. I kind of like it. Not the best battery life that I've seen, but you know, it gets the job done. Then on the top, you got your micro USB charging port. Now to unlock the phone, you have to simply hit the end button. You can't hit any other of these buttons. You have to hit the end button. Then you agree to the slide to unlock feature, or you can turn off your volume. And it shows you your time and your date and your service provider. And if you have this phone flashed, I guess it's going to show a different service provider, but I wouldn't know since I don't have it flashed. Once when you unlock it, since this is Android 2.2.2 4.0, you get 5 customizable home screens. Now this phone has an 800 megahertz processor. Since it has an 800 megahertz processor, don't expect some of the fastest speeds in the world. I would have to say that this phone is just about as fast as the probably just as fast as the Samsung Dart. Since it has that 800 megahertz processor, half of it has to be used for using the phone itself, then the other half has to be used for graphics and text. That's why the text on here is kind of small and it's kind of pixelated. If you tap down here, here's the app drawer. It brings you to all your apps. Half of these apps are stock Android and Virgin Mobile's app like Activate, Air Chat, Amazon, MP3, Calculator, Downloads, My Account, Messaging, Navigation, News, and Weather. The Virgin Mobile Live, which doesn't work. I'll get into that later. The Where, the YouTube app comes built in. Then the Think Office Max, or the Think Free Office, excuse me. Then you got your Task Manager. I'm going to get into the Task Manager right now. It's a built-in Task Manager, and I think only Samsung devices have this. Like you guys can see running right there. It says Active Applications. Then I can just tap right here where it says, get closer so it can focus in. And I can just tap right here where it says End All, and it's going to end those applications. Now, with other Android phones, you would have to go into Settings, and then you would have to do a forced stop. And for this phone, I so far have not had to do that. So I'm going to go into applications. I'm going to go into manage applications, and as you guys can see from the 800 megahertz processor, it still has to load everything and compute it. That's what I was talking about when it uses half for this and half for that. And then if we go, here's my downloaded. We got Angry Birds. And as you guys can see, I don't have to do a force stop because the task manager took care of it just for me. That's one of the things that I really like about this phone. It saves you battery life, and it saves you the time and convenience of going into your settings and having to do a force stop on it. The phone, like I said, has 5 customizable home screens with Android 2.2.2. Now let's get into messaging. Messaging on this phone is pretty easy, and I found myself typing messages at a breeze. You have 3 different ways that you can type text messages. You have the on-screen keyboard in portrait mode, or you have the on-screen keyboard in landscape mode. I found when typing in landscape mode that it kind of lags at times, and I really don't use it in landscape mode. Or you can just slide it up and use the full QWERTY keyboard itself, which I'm not a big fan of the QWERTY keyboard, but I have been using it lately, and I do find myself typing messages way faster than if I was using the on-screen keyboard. That's one of the reasons that I chose this over the Optimus V. That and that it was way cheaper. This phone was only $100. I think I already said that, but it was only $100 at Best Buy, Target, Walmart online. You can't buy it in Walmart stores. So now let's test out the keyboard. I'm going to type a quick message. I'm going to see if I can do this through the camera. I'm going to type the quick round fox is happy to be live. So the space bars sometimes have that little double click thing where it double clicks, but it really doesn't. Like you'll feel it click once, but you'll feel it click twice, but it actually clicked once. So the quick round fox is happy to be alive. I spelled quick wrong. So there's messaging for you guys. Now I'm going to get into the camera. Like I was saying before, it's a 2-way camera button. So I mean I can just do a long hold. The phone is going to vibrate. And then I can have it right here. Let's just take a picture of, I'll say, iPod Touch, 4th generation. So then, like I was saying, see how good the camera picks this up. I can hold it, and it's going to do, oh wait, I did it wrong. I can lightly tap on it, and it's going to focus it. And then when it's green like that, that means that it's focused. So now I can move it around, and as long as I stay it, hold it still, it's going to take a nice still focus picture. So there that one is focused. And if you just do a quick tap like that, there's no focus. Or you can just tap the camera button itself and it'll automatically autofocus for you. Then take the picture. It records video pretty good. So we can do MMS, YouTube, or high. I found YouTube to be the best quality for this phone. So I'm just going to put it at high and record a sample video. This is just a sample video that I'm going to be using in the review that I hope gets a lot of comments, and I hope people rate it good. And then we can just tap right there. It's going to bring me to my gallery.
This is just a sample video that I'm going to be using in the review that I hope gets a lot of comments, and I hope people rate it good.
So that was the video and also the mic demonstration. And one weird error that I have with this phone is whenever I delete a video and I go back, like I'm going to delete a video that I recorded earlier, and the still frame on it is going to be different. Like right now I'm going to show you guys. You guys, when I recorded the video of the iPod Touch, this was the still frame that popped up. Meaning this was the image that popped up for me to play the video. Now if I record something different, let's just say I'm going to start recording my hand. So I just did a sample there to record my hand. Then if I tap the stop, Now if I go into here, it's going to show the equals 3 video that I recorded just a moment before I filmed this video. But if I actually tap on it, then it's going to show me recording my hand. Now that's just a weird glitch. I don't know if you guys have that glitch, but I don't know if you guys have that glitch, but that is a glitch that I have with this phone, and I'm thinking about taking it back and exchanging it for another one because of that error. Now I'm going to get into the Angry Birds test to end this video. Angry Birds do take about an hour for, about a minute for it to load, not an hour. And then as you guys can see right there, the pics is kind of pixelated, and the text is kind of pixelated. Text is kind of small to read on this phone. Slide the keyboard up, really won't make a difference. So you guys can tell from the 800 megahertz processor that this is not going to be the best experience when playing games such as Angry Birds, Fruit Ninja, or even a simple racing game at that matter. And then, go back here. You guys can see the boxes around it. That's because the graphics, it doesn't have a separate chip for the graphics processor. Then we can just... Now we can just click on Angry Birds. Like I said, Angry Birds runs okay on this phone. Doesn't run the best. And then this phone does have pinch to zoom, so I'm going to do a demonstration on the pinch to zoom in the Angry Birds. So right here, if it works, see I can do pinch to zoom. A nice feature on this phone, and then we can... So that was my review on the Samsung Intercept for Virgin Mobile. Overall, I would give this phone I would have to say a B-. Only thing that's holding me back from giving it an A is the text display, which I really can't blame for that because it's the size of the screen, and that it sometimes can lag and freeze up when playing games. But what I really like about it is the battery life on it and this task manager, and that's really what I like about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this long review. I hope YouTube lets me post it. If they don't, you'll be seeing a different video. So, peace out.